delts, what do you find works the best when increasing intensity? Like rest pause, drop sets?
For any body part or
delts.
for delts? For delts, so with the training applications, whether it be rest pause or drop sets.
Drop sets or maybe partial reps.
That's a good question. I haven't been asked that one before. I've always liked rest pause, to be honest with you. You know, going to absolute failure till you cannot do another rep, and then just resting for like 5 seconds and then punching out a couple more reps. Resting for a few more seconds, punching out a couple more reps. So that's what I found that's always been really, really good, you know. But obviously, you know, it has to be at a weight where you're not doing that rest pause for like 10 minutes. You know, it has to be at a tough weight, and then you just keep shortening that rest pause period till you get to the amount of reps that you've set up for yourself. So say if your rep range is say 30, for instance, make sure that you reach failure at like 20. And then rest pause until you get to the 30. But then, you know, once you cannot do another rep, then maybe throw some partials in at the end, you know, so you're just getting a 2-inch movement with your arms straight. You know, that's worked well. Another one that I really like is, you know, doing a drop set and then going down to a really light weight. We just put the dumbbells behind and come out to the sides like that, because when you come behind and you get those dumbbells to touch each other, I just find that the stretch that you have within the delts, you know, deep within the fascia, is just unbelievable, you know, and it really does burn, you know. You stretch it out and you can just kind of feel your delts like filling out, you know, from that perfect stretch. So that's always been good. Like I trained shoulders with flex and branch rowing a few weeks ago when I was in Germany. And the workout that we went through there was pretty insane, but we've thrown in some different exercises that was good to shock the system as well, where we did a few sets of like sitting down, coming up to the side, and then to the front, and then down, and then back to the front, and then side, and down. And when we reached absolute failure on that, we would just go to the side, and then when we reached failure on that, we would stand up and just use a bit of momentum to get a few more reps out. And that worked really well. And then for the front delts, we laid back down on a bench, like 45 degrees as if you was going to do an incline press. So we're lying back like that, and we were doing the front delts like that. But instead of coming all the way up, obviously, you know, like a rectangle, he's just coming up at a 45 degree. So he's getting a really good stretch throughout the delts, and using this part of the motion that you wouldn't normally use, because you can't obviously stand up straight. Or leaning back, you could. So, you know, it's good to shock the system doing something like that. You know, but, you know, rest pause, number 1, drop set with a lighter weight, you know, behind the back, number 2, and just switching things up. You know, is delts a weakness for you?
I've always had like more structure to narrowest part.
Yeah. So then, yeah, just throw in some annihilation through your drop sets, and you know, through you know, just keep, you know, applying different intensity applications to see which one that you find that works best for you. So throw in a rest pause, but do that for like 6 weeks before you change to another application. Because a lot of people, will, you know, if they're trying to find a movement that works for their weaker body part, a lot of people will do something 1 week, then they change it for the next week, and they change it for the next week, thinking, I'm going to shock the system. But how do you know if it's worked? You haven't given it a chance to see if it will work. So that's what I'd always say. When you're going to apply a different adaptation, give it a chance. You know, take some pictures, make some measurements, take some mental imagery pictures, feel the movements, you know, and, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what works and what doesn't. So I just figured there's like Christmas decorations here. What's going on, man?